Trisha, thanks so much for coming in today to chat to us about your books and your writing. We've got some of your books behind you, as you can see. Anyway, just got a few questions I wanted to ask you for your readers to hear all about how you go about writing. Firstly, you have achieved great success with your titles such as Chocolate Wishes and 12 Days of Christmas. What prompted you to start writing novels?
I think there comes a moment when you read a lot of novels that you think, I could write a better book than this, you know, and you have a go, and then you realise how difficult it is. And that for me, I finished writing my first novel when I was about 18, and you really learn on your first one. It was dreadful stuff, but, you know, and then I wrote at least one a year since then.
You've written novels with a Christmas setting before, and we've got another one coming out in October 2011, yes, which we're very excited about, The Magic of Christmas. What is it about this time of year that you find so appealing when constructing storylines and emotive characters?
I think it has to be the food, really, and the general excitement of Christmas and the anticipation. But the food is very special, I think. The whole smell of Christmas is tied up with food and pine cones, and it's all very emotive of the season.
In your spare time, when you're not writing novels, what kind of books do you enjoy reading, and do you have any favourite authors?
I read a lot of old crime novels, Agatha Christie's and Niall Marsh's. I also like Katie Ford's novels. I always read her new books as they come out. I love Marika Cobble's books, which are quirky and a little different. I always look forward to those. And I love to read literary biography.
Would you say your inspiration for writing comes mainly from the work of other authors or from personal experience? And do you seek to create relationships and issues from scratch, or try to mirror those around you?
I certainly don't try to mirror characters or events. I'll quite often take an event, something that's happened to me, and play the what-if game. What if you turned left instead of right at the crossroads? So, you know, what if I hadn't divorced, but I'd killed my husband instead? You know, something different. And of course, because I'm writing in first person, I'm slipping into somebody else's skin. My heroines are not remotely like me. They're different people. So I have to see what they're like and then see what things are like from their point of view. And they often surprise me. So they're not me.
Do you have a favourite character that you've written in any of your novels?
I have to say I found Raffi in Chocolate Wishes very, very interesting, because he's a reformed, well, he had a rock star lifestyle, and he had a road to Damascus moment, and he's reformed, but you're not quite sure how deep that has gone until well into the book. So he's a complex and interesting character.
And would he be your ideal dinner party guest if you were to invite any of your characters?
Yes, I would like him to come.
Great. Do you have a particular writing routine? Do you like to write in the mornings, or do you say you're going to write 2,500 words before lunch, or how do you go about your writing?
I prefer to write very early in the morning, from about 6 o'clock onwards, and write at least 2,000 words. But my son recently foisted a border collie onto me, who likes to go out early in the morning for a long walk, and that has broken things up a little, so I've had to adjust accordingly. But I think better in the mornings.
Now, as you mentioned when we were talking about the Christmas settings of your novels, cooking and food are a very important part of your books, and they play a very important role, as is eating. Have you always loved to cook or bake, and have you had any formal training?
I've had no formal training. I learned to make cakes when my son was about to turn 1. I had made Victoria sponge cakes and that sort of thing before, but I hadn't really got into fruit cake making. And when he was about to be 1, I wanted to make him a special cake. So I found a fruit cake recipe and adjusted it slightly, and I made him a clock cake with the hands pointing to 1.
Lovely.
And then every year after that, my cakes got more and more complicated. So I ended up doing them shaped like dragons and
Wow.
spaniels, because we had a spaniel, and all sorts of strange ones. I had a book, and I wrote, you know, all the words on the page, favourite book of his, and just, you know. But I think because I went to art college, I'm art college trained, I really enjoy moulding icing.
And the creative.
Yes, the decoration, I love it. And of course, on my website, there's still a picture of the cake I made for Wedding Tears, which is mentioned in the book. The heroine makes weird and wonderful cakes, and she mentioned that she made one shaped like an Elizabethan pomander, so I thought I'll make that cake. So I bought a giant Christmas pudding mould, a huge thing, and baked a fruit cake in it, like a giant cannonball, covered it in marzipan, and then I spent about 2 weeks making rosebuds out of fondant icing, and then I put them all over it, and I made an icing ribbon with a bow on the top. And I just tinted the ribbon pink, and I left the rest of it white. And it took so long to make, and it looked absolutely wonderful. And then I took it to my book launch party, where all my novelist friends came, and they ate it in about 10 minutes flat. There were just crumbs and a few roses scattered around.
Do you have photographs to prove it existed?
Yes, I do.
Yes. Great. Oh, fantastic. Thank you so much. Where else can people find information about you? Can they follow you on Twitter, or do you have a Twitter account?
I'm on Twitter at Trisha Ashley. It's just Trisha Ashley, all in one word. I also have a fan page on Facebook, which I would love people to like, to come and visit me. I also have a website, which is www.trishaashley.com, and a newsletter.
Great.